Hi there, my name is Genevieve Beneventi and I am the treasurer for Shelter Ridge. I have many responsibilities, but some of my main responsibilities focus on finding funding resources, managing cash flows, and managing payroll. At Shelter Ridge, our main goal is to provide the homeless with a safe and warm place to stay while offering them the resources they need to get back on their feet through the help of our geothermal greenhouse. To do so, we will need the proper funding, a strong staff, and the help of the community. To fulfill our dream, finding funding resources is one of the first major steps in helping our organization get off to a good start. Through online resources like www.grants.gov, there are grants that we can use to fund our cause. Our organization would first apply for these grants, requesting funding support. But before funding is given, our application will go through a process that determines if we are eligible or not for those funds. If so, grants like the Homeless Management Information System Capacity Building Project, for example, can offer eligible applicants up to $5 million to create an efficient information system to record, analyze, and transmit client and activity data for purposes of providing shelter, housing, and services to individuals and families who are homeless or at risk of homelessness. Applying for grants like these can help lower our operation costs and increase the amount of money that goes into improving the organization and improving the lives of those who are seeking help. Through the USDA Rural Energy for America program, or also known as REAP, there is grant funding that does support organizations that are interested in using renewable energy. The geothermal greenhouse that we plan to build and use will help keep the shelter warm and provide us with the temperatures that will allow food to grow, even during the winter. Another online source that we can find funding is Pick, Click, and Give that is located on the Permanent Fund Dividend website. And as Alaskans apply for their dividends yearly, they will be able to donate funds to our organization. Now, besides state or federal grants or an online resource like Pick, Click, and Give, another way to raise funds would be selling the excess fruit and vegetables that we grow in our geothermal greenhouse. Now, initially, the food is meant to feed our sheltered residents, but to prevent waste, we would like to sell any excess produce and gain some profit from it. The amount collected might not be a significant amount, but that is only because we are willing to sell our produce at a lower price to the community. Accepting donations is always an option and always a good idea. It gives our community a chance to be active and become more involved in our cause. Collecting non-perishable food, used clothing, money, or even books will be welcomed with gratitude by Shelter Ridge. There are future plans for at least 2 fundraisers each year. The first one being in March on National Agricultural Day, and the signature campaign at the end of the year called the Shelter Ridge Campaign for Community Support. Both events will be managed by staff and volunteers, and both events aim to give the community a better idea of what we are trying to accomplish and how their support can make a difference. We would like to educate them and help them understand how Shelter Ridge plans on combating homelessness with agriculture and services to help those less fortunate get back on their feet. The funds raised and collected through donations are then managed by me. I need to ensure that employees are getting paid and that volunteers are compensated and operating costs are covered. Any excess funds will be invested to improve the organization or placed in a reserve account for when financial support is low or a disaster has occurred. All of this information about disbursements will be shared with staff and volunteers to ensure transparency between them and the organization when handling the funds being collected. Managing funds means also managing payroll. Finding a payroll system that fits us will ensure that the tasks needed to ensure employee payments are accurately executed and employee taxes are filed correctly. Payroll systems like the Sage 50 accounting platform come with an affordable rate depending on the number of staff we have at that time. Now, that was a brief talk about my responsibilities within Shelter Ridge, but I would like to get the message across that any assistance from our donors or volunteers is greatly appreciated and will help make a difference in our community. I want to thank you for your time, and I want to turn this over to Mallory Adams, who is the director of our research and legal department. Thank you, and you have a good day.